All right, so we are finally getting there with the Newport. Finally getting there. All of the trim is back on except for two pieces back here. I'll show you those in a second. Glass is in. Windshield trim is in. Got all the trim back on here. I was able to get all that trim off and back on without destroying it by some stroke of luck. A couple little touch-up spots I got to do right here that chipped, unfortunately, when they put the glass in because it was so tight. That's the old windshield trim down there. I got to put the doors back together still, get the glass for the doors in there, but you can see the interior's mostly together. Got some trash, a few odds and ends from working on it down there on the bottom. This thing is going to look amazing when it's out in the sun. Getting the front windows back in is going to be a nightmare. I got to do the weather strips on it too. I'm going to do all the weather strips, windows, door handles. Align the doors and stuff as good as I could. Some gaps on them, as you can see right there, that aren't quite correct. The door hinges are bad on the rear doors, and that right front door. Oddly, the only door hinge that is good is the left front, but they're not so bad that they need to be replaced right now. Deleted the clip rivets that were in here. I'm just going to use 3M double stick tape to put those trim pieces on. And I've had those soaking in my solvent tank for a couple of weeks because there's some silicone on them, so I can scrape the rest of that off. But yeah, this car is just going to look amazing when it's all back together out in the sun. The color, the phone does not do it justice. Right there is kind of what it looks like out in the sun, but a little bit more of a deep teal. Of course, it's a Newport, so I got to have that there. I just cannot wait to get this thing out on the road and drive it again. Looks like I got some, I'll have to clean that off there. There's all the door panels and stuff that still have to go back on. This is the old trim panels. I'm not going to throw them away just because I don't like throwing stuff away for this car. I'll put them in the parts car outside, but I got the B pillars off of that one and painted them. These are the B pillars here that I took off that one. They're full one-piece metal as opposed to those are plastic. These two trim pieces got lost in the process. I don't know. I'm still trying to contact the guy who did paint and see if he has them there, see if he can find them. I was able to get some factory wheels, and those hubcaps up there with the red center caps on them are from a Chrysler New Yorker. Those are what's going to be going back on it, and the car looks really good with those hubcaps. And this front end is just probably one of the best looking front ends of a classic car ever, I think. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I don't know if you can tell with comparison with the truck over there. It is sticking back out a little bit here, but this car is just about as long as that truck is. So here pretty soon, we'll have the car back together, and then hopefully I can take Maddie for a date to the drive-in movie theater in springtime. That's my goal, is to have it all back together and back on the road by springtime. So hopefully I will have an update soon, and we'll see it out there on the road.